My name is SJ from Inner Soul Development. That's right, Inner Soul Development. I'm a personal life coach and transformational speaker. What I do is I take you off course, take you to your greater self. I make sure that you understand that life is to be controlled and that life does not, should not, must not control you. And to my left, which is the beautiful and wonderful lady with many titles, more than myself. She's going to get it right this time. Trust me, she's going to get it right this time. It is Danielle K. Anderson. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Danielle K. Anderson, also known as Danielle the VP. I'm an entrepreneur, interfaith minister, spiritual counselor, life coach, and speaker. And it is my purpose to help people to look good, feel good, find and walk in their own purpose. Thank you so much, SJ, for the no pressure intro. And as he said, if you don't know us by now, it's okay if you don't, but maybe today you'll get to know us. Yes. Here on Living Your Purpose, for anybody who happens to be new, what we typically do Sundays at 6 o'clock is we have conversations. We usually have a topic of conversation, and we've had some really awesome and interesting things happen during the program. We've talked about sharing your message. We've talked about the importance of humor and play in your life. We've talked about time management. We've talked about gratitude and types of relationships and how to keep them strong and all kinds of things. We've also had some really amazing interviews being done here. Oh, look, see, all the beautiful people are coming in. That's great.
Come in.
come in and do what you know what to do. Share it out.
Share it out.
Also, I want to acknowledge the people. Let you guys know if you're new. We also we record live, and we are on SoundCloud and YouTube. So for anybody who happens to be watching or listening to a replay, welcome and thank you so today, like I said, it's a little bit different. We will we typically have conversations that are pre-planned. We plan the interview, we plan the topics, and then we invite you to join the conversation. Today, what we're going to do is we're opening it up for you guys to ask us questions. Talk about whatever topic of your life that you want to talk about. You have questions, you need advice, or if you want to get to know us better, who we are and what we do, we're totally open to that. And I always say I can't do what I do if you don't know who I am. And
exactly.
And SJ feels the same way. So, if you feel like, hey, these guys are cool, but we don't really know that much about them, feel free to ask us some questions. We're very transparent about that. So we thank you all for joining us.
And we also, for you guys, I think this is very important that we have an open forum like this, because it allows, like Danielle said, for us to, for you guys to get to know us, but for us to get to know you. We have a lot of interviews that's going to be going on this year, but we had some great ones that just passed. But the topics that we have may not been a topic that have struck a chord with you. So we need to know exactly what it is that you would like to talk about. I mean, everybody on that's in this chat room want to know or find or live in their purpose, and they need to know exactly the challenges that they may be going through and how to overcome those things. And that's what we're here for. We're all here to help each other out. And so, that's why it's very important that we have the love seat, because the love seat, what that does is allows you to be able to come in and also give your feedback and perspective on the questions or topics or subjects that we're going to be talking about. So it's very important that this actually is one of the most important blabs that we have, because we're interacting. It's not a topic, it's not a subject, so we're interacting. So it's good.
Right. So again, I see some familiar faces in the room, and I'm really glad to see you. I see Amisha, I see Carla, I see Reds. I'm always glad to see you guys, and I see some new people in here too. So welcome again.
Yes, welcome.
I want to just, if you want to check us out, see where we are, who we are, before you participate in this conversation, then you can find us pretty much everywhere on the internet. We have our website. It's lypshow.com. You can actually watch this broadcast live from that website. And you can also find us again on YouTube and SoundCloud for all of our archives. Every single episode that we've ever done since September of last year is on YouTube. You can find us there. All of our episodes, except for one, currently are on SoundCloud, so you can listen there. We are also on Twitter, LYP Broadcast, Periscope, LYP Broadcast, Google Plus, LYP
LYP Broadcast,
Instagram at
LYP Broadcast.
Are you noticing a pattern here? So basically, pretty much any outlet that we are on, you can find us at LYP Broadcast. And YouTube is fairly simple. Just search Living Your Purpose and click on channels, and we are right there. It's super easy.
Exactly.
So
super easy.
So that's where you can pretty much find us on the internet. But the best way to go to any of those outlets is just to go to lypshow.com, click connect, and you can find everywhere that we are. You can also send us a direct message from the website. There's a small form, put your name, your email, and whatever questions that you have for us there. So, and we have a lot of cool stuff coming up. I don't want to go too much into it just now.
Nah.
I want to get into some questions.
Yes.
Let's get into some questions.
Red,
you've got one already.
Yes, already. And I was basically leaning towards that because somebody may be coming in here who is new, who may not have found their purpose or have discovered it. And
ask the question first for somebody who.
Oh yeah. The question was why do you do what you do? That's the question. Mm-hmm. So, like I was saying, some people who are new, and this is why the question is important, because some people that are new that come in here, they may not find their purpose or discover their purpose, and because of the life and how life goes, they might not feel as important. Okay, so why is it that we do what we do? Is because for myself, it is my defined assignment. I love doing what I do. What I do. I love being able to help others, to be able to show them a philosophy that I myself follow and has worked for me. You see, the very important thing is that what I do, I live by. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I live by it. So if I live by it and it's working for me and it's working for the people that's around me that I also teach this philosophy to, then the aha moment or the mental awareness that they get is such a satisfaction for me. So that's why I do it. I love doing it. I just love doing it.
It is great. My reasons are very similar. I love to help people. I love to be able to learn from people. And a thing that, if you've been following us for a while, you've probably heard me say 100 times. Every situation is part of your story, and a story is meant to be shared. And I can say that from my situations in my life up to this point, almost, you know what, I'm just going to say it, almost 34 years.
There we go.
34 years on Tuesday, by the way. Just saying.
We got to have a party here. I'm telling you, it's going to be a party here.
No, that wasn't. No,
so
wait. Wait, hold on. Wait a second.
I'm going to put it out there.
Hold on.
I'm going to put it out there.
So the reason why, I've gone through a lot of things, a lot of situations, a lot of stories that are to be told and to be shared. And I recognize that there are a lot of people going through the things that I have gone through and am going through, who may feel like they're alone. And I don't want them to ever feel alone. I don't want anybody to feel like I felt at that time. And to be able to push through without having to go through what I went through, to not have to walk this path alone. You don't have to do it. I like to offer people different perspectives, and it brings me joy. I swear, if I could do this forever and not have to get paid for it, I totally would. I totally would. And that's how I know that it is my purpose, because I really do enjoy doing it. And I do a lot of things, but in the end, everything that I do is to help people, whether it's making a pretty face or giving a kind word or, helping guide someone through a trial. It's ultimately to help, and it makes me feel really, really good to do it.
So let me ask you a question, Danielle.
Okay.
It's on the same topic.
Okay.
Why, for somebody who hasn't found their purpose or, feels like they're swamped to even begin to go on that journey, why is it so important
Why is
to live in your purpose? Why is it so important that they do?
That's the point of life.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the meaning of life, but the point is to figure it out.
That's
and
right.
to learn on the way, and to help people. We are meant to help one another. And however that is, whatever that is for that person, it would be so much more fulfilling once you figure out what it is and then do that thing. You could do better for yourself, feel better, and do great things for others. Right. We have someone in the love scene.
Already.
Can you guess who? Can you guess?
Carla.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Carla.
Hi.
Hey, Carla.
See how I'm dressed because I'm not much better than I was last week. However, I saw the hand. First of all, I like how you answered your purpose, Danielle. You did a great job.
Thank you.
But I did want to mention that one of the reasons that we do this is that we all have gifts to give to the world. And our purpose is our gift. And if we keep our gift to ourselves, whether it's singing or even picking up trash or reading books or whatever, then we're not giving it away. We need to give our gifts away. And when we give our gifts away, then we begin to fulfill our lives. So it's really important for people to begin to realize what they really like to do and put those gifts into action in their lives.
That's true. That's right.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. The more that you give of yourself, of your gift, the more that you actually do find in return. Right. You'll be surprised. I have been so blessed over this past almost 1 year since I started live streaming. And I don't know where I would be without these platforms and without being able to figure out that this is part of what my purpose is. And it has pushed me into so many different directions that I thought I never thought about at all. Yeah. And it's really an amazing journey. So once you figure out what your purpose is and you walk in it, great things can happen.
Yeah, and I think that's I think that's the key, to walk in it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel that we as human beings, we are designed to accomplish something, right? So when we feel like, when we don't have nothing to look forward to, we feel lost. It's just natural. We just feel lost, like nothing, like there's something to us that we are supposed to do. So, there's some type of, it's just in our DNA. It's just in our blood to be able to do something, whether it be for others or to do something to find accomplishment within ourselves. So we are, it's just part of us. It's just part of how we're designed.
Right. Well, can I talk?
Yeah.
We're brought on to serve, to serve. And we don't, when we find that we're serving and it's bringing us joy, we're learning our purpose. If we're doing something and we're saying, oh, why am I doing this all day? I'm really tired of it, like I was my last year of teaching. Then it's time to move on and find what you really want to do and make it your purpose, make it your life work.
Absolutely.
And that's what happened with me in the Giggle Fest. We're not going to get into that this week. But, it's just finding your purpose and walking through living it, whether you have the money or not.
Right.
That's right. That's right. So Red, HCDADEE, which is Rez. We all know that.
That's Rez.
He asks Rez. He says, Danielle, what is an interfaith minister?
That is a fantastic question. I get that a lot, but I'm happy to answer it. An interfaith minister is one who works not with necessarily in one's particular religion or denomination. for myself, I was brought up as a Christian. I learned some things. I was exposed to different cultures, different religions, and that's part of my purpose is learning about people. And I found out that the major religions of the world are all basically saying the same thing, but we're fighting over the same thing for no reason. So, it all comes down to this. We are all people. People are people no matter who you are, where you live, what you believe. We all have similar experiences and we all have similar goals. We are all here together. We're in this thing together, whether you like each other or not. So, what an interfaith minister, thank you, Dreds. What an interfaith minister is someone who works with people of multiple faiths. I work with most people of most faiths. There's only maybe one or two that I don't deal with for personal reasons, but other than that, and I won't say that I will work with any person. I don't necessarily work in those particular religions, however. So that's what interfaith. I hope that answered the question thoroughly.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that everybody, regardless, we all have a spiritual side. Mm-hmm. We all have that. We are non-physical beings, so we're all spiritual. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a religion, mm-hmm. but we do have a spiritual side that is attached to us. How do you feel like, when people say laws of attraction, all that's spiritual. Our affirmations, meditation, all that is adhering to our non-physical selves, which is our spiritual self. So I, agree, with the interfaith, ministry, because everybody, regardless of what religion you are basically saying the same thing. We are all spiritual beings seeking to express and to give. And that's our whole mission.
Guess what, you guys? We have somebody else in the love seat. So
wow.
I'm gonna let them in. I'm gonna let them in.
Can I guess?
Go ahead, guess.
Reds.
Drum roll, please.
My man SJ.
Go ahead, Carla. Finish your statement and then.
Because a friend is coming to visit and should be here any minute. But all I wanted to say is religion is like the banana peel and spirituality is the banana.
That's right.
So if you really want to get to the heart of spirituality, you need to eat the banana. You need to consume it. Let it be a part of yourself. Jody, please stop.
I like that. Thank you so much, Carla. I
got that Sri Ravi Shankar of the Art of Living Foundation.
I figured as much. That sounds like something that he would say.
Hey, Carla.
Yes.
Hey, if I'm just somebody that's on this broadcast right now, how can I link up with you on the Giggle Fest?
Go to. I'm going to do it right, Daniela. Go to my website.
Okay.
Fest.com. And I can't type it in, Danielle. Will you type it in for me?
I'm on it.
You will find every way to contact me.
Outstanding. Love to hear.
Will you please contact me then?
Yeah, but only if you.
There it is.
Yeah. Oh.
Love her.
So.
Anyway, goodbye, because I don't want to just get off abruptly. So.
Okay. Thank you, Carla.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. I'll mean it.
See you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Friend Daniela.
Okay, so Danielle, see that interfaith ministry. Yeah, I knew the answer to that. I just think a lot of times a lot of folks don't know.
That's true, and that's fair because
don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was a good thing to bring out. I just want
I appreciate it
for a second. I'm not going to hold up the love seat, As long as there's an open seat, I'll stay on here and hang around because I love this. This is beautiful for me. I've been trying to protect my friends and everybody else, but I think this is a great thing that you all are doing today, opening yourselves up to questions and answers about different things. And I just thought that first question, why do you do what you do, was a great lead off, and your answers were just on point, just spot on, because people may not know why you do. That's my notifications, y'all got to
every time.
Every time.
So, and I didn't have to work today, so I didn't have to rush. I was all set up and ready. But yeah, SJ, great answers. I mean, it's just, we, and I say we, but you all, and I need to, and I've been thinking about some things in my mind, but we need to do more of this, because you get on Periscope and these other places, and everybody's twerking for 500 hearts or 500 views and all this other stupid stuff. Why don't we get on there and just talk about some things, just talk about life? I'm 52 years old, and
shut your face.
I think, go ahead, stop. I think my purpose, and I think I found my purpose a long time ago, and that was just being an ear for folks. A lot of folks come to me and they share things that they don't share with everybody else, and I don't know why I'm a magnet to it. And I try to give folks advice in a sense of, I can't tell you what to do, because what's right for you, I don't know. But I mean, what's right for me may not be what's right for you. I may be able to tell you what I do in a situation, or how I would handle a situation, or I might go to a biblical standpoint on it, or a number of different things. But I just try to direct people in a manner that is conducive to peace, harmony, and love.
Right.
Because if you work under those things, it really doesn't make a difference whether you're Catholic, Baptist, Protestant. I don't mess around. Danielle, you say you don't mess with a couple of things. Wiccans and Satan worshipers and all that stuff.
I deal with the Wiccans.
Yeah, I can't do the Wiccans.
Never heard of
them. Wiccans.
Yeah.
Yes, you have. They're called witches.
Yeah, they're
okay.
I'll deal with the witchcraft, and that's okay though. See, that's who I am. I don't knock anybody for what they do.
I think a lot of the times people forget that they do have an assignment, that they do have a life purpose, and I think that they forget because of what's around them and how they just ride the wave of life. Like they believe that life happens to them. So because of that fact, they become so bombarded with life happening to them. And then on top of that, they have enablers that tell them, stay where you are. You are great where you are. You are perfect. They don't like you the way that you are, then you can let them go. Yeah. But they don't understand that being where you
That's great advice, except it's backwards.
Right. It's backwards.
Right.
So they don't. So being where you are is the worst place to be, because you always have to grow. You always have to grow. So I think that is the big problem: life and enablers. Life and not understanding how life works, and enablers.
Yeah.
I see what you did there, Reds. I see.
Product placement. Go Redskins. So
not a sponsor.
Yeah. So SJ, you know what? You know what? And so recently went through a little turmoil with work, and I was moved. I'm 20 minutes away from where I work now. And all of a sudden I got the call 2 weeks before. One night I was going on a 2-week vacation. I got the call that said, okay, you're going to be moved to Fairfax, which causes a longer drive for me and everything. And I was like, oh, my God, I can't believe they're doing this and blah, blah, blah. So, but you know what I said? I said, you know what? I'm going to roll with this, and I'm going to just do what I have to do. Buddy of mine, they moved him. That's why I got moved to his spot, because they moved him all the way to D.C. He lives in Leesburg. Now, some of y'all on here don't know these areas, but Danielle.
That's family.
So they moved him, Danielle, from Leesburg, Virginia to Alexandria.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice little ride.
In the morning. So me and him talk. He's a good spiritual buddy of mine. We talked, and he said, well, Henry, I know you're going through too. He said, and I am too. I just don't understand sometimes. I said, yeah, man. I said, but you know what? I don't know. This might be God's way of keeping us close to Him, because we in contact with Him more than ever. And I mean, I do that thing of, and I've told y'all before, I do that thing of thanking Him when things are good, so that I don't show up as a stranger when things go bad. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, the good times, but at the same time, he hit me with something that was so prophetic. His wife told him, when he was going through, and she said to him, she said, you know what? She said, Charlie, she said, look, she said, grow where you're planted.
Mm.
Man, that thing hit me. And from that moment on, I was like, you know what? Fairfax ain't that bad. I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. Do you know 3 days later, my boss called me and said, you going back to Woodbridge? That was that.
Beautiful.
Wow.
That was that test
Right.
to see, okay, I'm going to let him go. I'm going to see if he holds on to his faith, if he stays strong, or does he curse the darkness? You understand what I'm saying?
And sometimes, here's the thing about that statement. Sometimes plants need to be repotted.
Oh.
And it's true. Absolutely.
And sometimes you're being repotted because the soil that you in now is getting
no good.
Washed away.
Good. It's not good.
Exactly. You sucked all of the nutrients out of that soil. You need to put some new dirt in it.
Oh no, y'all are really good. I liked it. I'm just saying it's the truth. So this is the type of conversations that folks need to be having.
Yeah, but
that's why we love doing this. This is why we're here, because we have conversations. We're coaches, so we say the things that coaches say. We do, we talk about goals and vision and all of that because it's true, it's great, but people don't have the conversation. They present the information to you.
Right.
And that's why I think that this forum is really great and different in that way.
I think that as Danielle said, as coaches, we do say that, but with this platform, it's more of we understand and acknowledge the journey because we're in the journey too. We're totally in the journey. There's always a journey that we constantly continue to ride on. So we're helping you. It's actually helping us because we're also in that journey as well. So that's why I think that this is a better ride. This is a better platform and a better group because you want to find your purpose, you want to discover it, but you want to also live in it. And so doing that presents challenges. Trust me, challenges that will make you lose your faith in your purpose. So what we try to do is every Sunday try to revitalize and try to make you understand that it's okay. It happens. Let's continue to put forth the work. And working on us is a progression.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because like I said, you were here last week. Like I said last week, I go through stuff constantly. I can't do as much as I do when I have some challenges. Okay. And I got kids, a lot of them.
Me too. I know what you're talking about.
So I go through it, and it's not, and to be the age that I am, it's really interesting. I thank God that I have got as far as I am, but also that I'm young enough to have the strength to go through what I do, because and I've learned that those lessons that I learned earlier, those situations that are part of my story now, helped to prepare me to be strong in this moment. Because if I didn't have that, I would break now. And
Absolutely.
I'll be doggone. And you'll hear me say also, it is a progression. It's a learning process. You'll hear me say sometimes when I'm giving advice, this is something that I recently started doing. This is something that I learned from somebody else, because that's the point. I'm not just, I haven't figured all of life out and I'm just here to tell you how to work it. No, I'm telling you that I'm learning constantly, and this is what's working for me. You try it, see how it works for you. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But this is what's working for me now. And that's what we're about, is education.
Right.
I had a situation where I was moved from Falls Church to Maryland, and that was traumatic because I was living in Manassas at the time. So I'm going from Manassas to Greenbelt, Maryland. Danielle, that's
where I'm at.
Yes,
I do.
That's
very
2
well.
rush hours. in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good hike. So, but what I learned out of that was, one, I was being taught a lesson in patience. And two is while I was in Greenbelt, I had 3 different people come to me to talk about a situation that they were going through, that I had been through, that they didn't know I had been through, that I was able to just talk to them and console them and give them good words to uplift them and help carry them through their situation. And from right then, I knew, I was like, okay, you thought you was being punished or tested to be going out here, and you were being moved out here. And not only that, somebody gave me a word while I was there. You understand what I mean? Because sometimes you aren't always the one giving the word. Sometimes you move to put somewhere so that you can receive a word. You've got to be as good of a giver. You got to be just as good as a receiver, because sometimes the message that you're giving is not just for that person. You gotta speak with this mouth, listen with this ear, and receive in this one. Because sometimes that same message that you're delivering to somebody else
is for you. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Now,
I've gotten that too.
Just so people are new in the room, you want to just reintroduce yourself, Danielle? Okay, Anders.
You know what? I think that we've been working together too long, because I was just about to say that.
So okay.
Not too long. Long enough.
Long enough.
Just long enough to figure it out. Okay, so welcome everybody. Again, for those who have been here and for those who are just joining us, welcome again to Living Your Purpose. I am Danielle K. Anderson, also known as Danielle the VP. I'm an entrepreneur, interfaith minister, spiritual counselor, life coach, and speaker. And it is my purpose to help people to look good, feel good, find and walk in their own purpose. SJ.
How you doing, everybody? This is SJ from Inner Soul Development. That's right, Inner Soul Development. I'm a personal life coach and transformational speaker. What I do is I help you get off your autopilot, that routine that you do every day, every year, every minute, every month. And I take you off your course to take you to your greater self. Okay, what I do is I make sure that you understand that life is to be controlled and that life does not, should not, and must not control you. So we're talking about, we're taking questions from the audience or the people in the comment room. And normally we have topics, but now we want to get into knowing us, and then you knowing us, and we're just talking and just
hanging
loving
out,
on each other. Yeah, just loving on each other.
This is like I said, we normally will have a general topic of conversation that we have our ideas about. We share them, and then we ask you to come into these open spaces that we call the love seat. And offer your opinion. Also, you're welcome to comment in the chat if you're live. If you're not live, you can still participate. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on SoundCloud, please feel free to comment. Share it if you like it. If you like it, hit the click the button. We like it. It helps us. It helps us to know what you guys like from us, you know. So if you're watching this on other medias after the fact, thank you. Welcome. We appreciate you.
Yes.
And please do, if you like it, tell us. Let us know. If you have questions, let us know. We love interacting with you guys. So again, yes, we normally do have a topic, and we invite you to join us in the conversation, because that's what we do. We have conversations. We don't just give presentations. And we've had some interviews since we started back in September, and those were fairly interesting, I would say.
Very good.
It's very interesting. I would say this, for me, it's interesting to be in the love seat in an interview. Is that if you guys don't know, I was actually the first and second interview. I was actually interviewed on my own show. I don't know how that happened. But they got me, and it's a really cool thing. So we like to talk to people who are living their purpose, and
why it's important to do it.
Why it's important to them, what their mission is, how people can help one another through their stories. We like stories. This is how we learn, by people telling stories. So if you find yourself living in your purpose and you would like for us to interview you, you are more than welcome to do so. Visit our website at lypshow.com and you can send us a message when you click connect. You can send us a message that way, or you can tweet us at LYP Broadcast, and we're more than happy to talk to you and have you on the show. So today,
and share where all the sharing is done.
Share where all the sharing is done. If you just joined us and you like what you've heard so far, even if you don't, just do us a favor. You're still here. Why not share it?
Yes.
Share it out. Share it on Twitter, on Facebook. Send messages. Let everybody know where you are and what you're doing.
Yes.
So today, yes, is different. We're having Q&A. Get to know us as people. Get to know us as a show. Get to know you. We want to get to know you too. You can ask us serious questions. You can ask us silly questions. We're pretty open here, and it's fun.
Very fun.
Reds. What else is here?
So you were saying that your faith, you felt that your faith was tested at one point.
Yeah, well, like I was saying with that move, and like I said, it turned out that I was put in a place where we talk about grow where you're planted, because I was put in a place to be there for some other people and actually to get a word from someone else. So last week I made a prophetic statement. I say it's prophetic, but it was an exposing statement that I'm a very angry person inside. I deal with some demons that I just have to deal with. So folks don't believe when I say that I'm an introvert. They go, get out of here. You're the life of the party. You're blah, blah, blah. And I tell them very quickly as I say, you got to understand something. I've been alone before, but I've never been lonely.
Mm-hmm. Big difference.
I am so content with me. It is ridiculous sometimes.
But that's hard.
But
that comes with some training.
Well, you know what?
Not always.
Not always. Yeah, I mean, it's almost natural for me. It's been a life progression for me. It's just that's where I am. And, and when I spoke last week of being an angry person inside, perfect example is of what I almost mentioned a few minutes ago, and y'all said no, don't.
Yeah. It's not worth it.
Yeah, I know.
Don't feed the trolls, man.
Yeah. I know. I get you. And I pull back, and I thank you for that. And I'm glad. That's why I'm glad I can interact with folks such as yourself to help control. But you know what, though? I don't know how you get a hold of that. So that's where I talk about the anger. And I you know what? I try to pat myself on the back sometime, but not too quick or not too hard. Because I don't always succeed at it. I've gotten better, and I'm getting better, and I try to get better every day. But you know what? Have you ever looked in the mirror at a certain point in your life, or when something was going on, and the person you saw, you were just like, "Oh my God,
who is that?
Oh my God!" So you don't like yourself. You don't like the reflection you see in the mirror of the person you are at that time. That's dangerous. That's
it can be.
That's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to be the kind of, we're going years back, of course, when I was doing my backsliding, and I used to stay away from people that were positive. I did not like to hear what they had to say, because they were pulling my card, and I didn't like that. Because the more that I stay around them, the more I kept hearing what I know I should be doing. So I stayed away from them 100%. I was always around the people that were around that I felt were non-judgmental. I called them, right? But they were really not helpful or even healthy for me.
Right.
But when I say I used to go across the street, because I know, here goes what's her name. She gonna tell me what I'm doing with my life. Let me go across the street. So to certain people, because change is difficult. Change is difficult. Not even change. Let's scratch change. Let's say progress is difficult.
Okay.
So progress is difficult, and sometimes a person that's telling you to do better, or forums like this where we're telling you to live in your purpose and find it and do it and be joyful and be happy. Those things trolls don't like to hear because it's pulling their card. And I used to be that person.
It exposes you.
Yeah.
So we want to do right. We want to do right, but when we're on that path, you know, sometimes you don't want to hear it because you know it's right. And when you hear it, like you said, it pulls your card and you're like, oh my God, I know.
Like, I don't want to. Well, here's the thing. Like you said, progress is difficult. Growth hurts. It's painful. Physically, mentally, emotionally.
Yeah.
It's supposed to. Wait, watch. It's supposed to. But you can fight it all you want. Like, you can't fight your bones and things growing like that. It happens, right? But just like that, you can say, I don't want to do that thing. I'm good right here. I'm comfortable. Eventually, it's going to start being uncomfortable. It's going to start hurting. It's not going to be helpful to you. You're not going to be able to sleep right. You're going to get the pains in your chest and all that type of stuff because you're growing. You cannot help but to grow. What you do with these, it may take longer because of your stubbornness, but just like your body grows, your mind grows, your heart grows.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. The more stubborn you are about it, the longer it's gonna take, but the more it's gonna hurt.
Absolutely. And it's so funny because we have the technology, we have the books, we have the audio tapes, we have all these things, and most people have read them time after time after time. But here's the problem: they they hear it, but they don't listen. Listening is application. That's the difference. And when application happens, that's where the growth hurts, because it's like, I gotta do this. Just like somebody who's fit, who's very fit, and they say, okay, I need you to do a challenge, no sugar, no this, no that, no, and you're like, what?
Withdrawals,
and exactly.
Tell me bacon.
No.
Shut your mouth.
So I kind of understand a troll. I understand it. I kind of understand it because
trolls like attention.
I know, but it's just sometimes it's just like,
they like to
here we are, positive nannies, doing the right thing or whatever. You want to come in here with that BS, I'm like, dude.
Right, but they think, what? They think it's funny, and if that's their purpose in life to just be a jerk, then let them freaking be a jerk. But they're not doing it on my show.
See what happens? Let's reveal the filter. I can't stand Perry thugs. I don't like blab thugs. I don't like social media thugs. You want to be a real thug? Meet me at my address out front.
See, that's the anger. That's the anger right there.
The anger,
we don't need that.
Yes, it is. But I'm just saying. But I'm old school. I'm old school. We didn't have to pull a gun.
You're absolutely right. But you know what else? I'm old school too.
Yeah,
I'm old school too. I don't start nothing, but I finish it. It doesn't have to be violent. I'm not gonna call you over here. If somebody comes into my room and starts trying to give me trouble, then what do? I block them and we move forward. You notice I didn't say a thing.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't say a word. I just click, and they disappeared.
I just look.
Easy like Sunday morning.
I just happened to look over and I went, "What?" I hit my phone and I went, "What?" No.
And you know what? Somebody told me. I heard this saying, and I think it's. I think I told you, Danielle. It would be better if ignorance was painful.
Yeah, unfortunately,
right. I told you. Unfortunately, it's not.
It's not.
So if it was painful,
that's the problem.
Then So we don't acknowledge. I mean, we've had some. We don't acknowledge. We continue to go in with our. We have plenty. Yes, images and all that. So we continue. We continue to move forward because this platform allows us to reach not just a troll, just everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves the show. So we continue to move forward in whatever topic that we're talking about, and we interact and love on those people that love on us. And that's what we do.
That's pretty much it.
Doing that. Y'all don't let nobody change you two. Y'all are two of the most genuine folks that I've met in a while. And I appreciate you. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. I've told you before, on my dying bed, I'm going to need a couple of more breaths to say to my kids, I love them. I'm not going to waste them telling y'all I appreciate you if I don't mean it. So I'm very serious. God bless you. Keep y'all continue. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all continue. I don't care if ain't nobody but me and you in this room. Y'all keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And see, that's the type of thing that keeps us doing what we're doing. Because when we have, and it's not to say that we like patting ourselves on the back or anything, because we don't do it for recognition. It is,
though.
It is. And then here's the thing: we don't do this for praise. We don't do this.
No, I know that.
Honestly, to get our, I'm just telling people, okay? It's not just you in here, though. So.
I'm sorry, baby.
Sorry.
It's all about me right now. I'm sorry.
DC came out of me a little bit. I apologize. Okay.
You're right.
So you know, we don't do this. We really don't do it for money. It's nice, but that's not why we do it. You know. But when we get that acknowledgement and that gratitude shown to us, it's just a further confirmation. And sometimes we need that extra further confirmation to say that we are doing what we're meant to do. We are actually living our purpose, and we're being helpful to other people. Right. That's why we keep doing what we do. We're doing Q&As today, people. So
that's right. That's right.
Your Q's. Ask us Q's so we can give you A's.
Okay. That's right.
So somebody else ask you a Q. Let me ask you this. Yes. How do we get more people to you? I get to share on Twitter, share on Facebook. How do we get more people in this room? How do we get more people to your website? How do we get more people involved? How do we live our purpose in getting other folks to come in and find out what their come on, don't start me. I ain't the one.
Give away free stuff. That's how you're jumping ahead of me. I actually was thinking about that. We're doing something. It's not free altogether yet. But we got something in the works.
You see that question? I'll leave that. Hey, look, hey, if somebody else wants to jump to the love seat, come on into the love seat. I'm gonna jump out. Hey, Danielle, did y'all see that question? Sir. How do you get past imposter syndrome? I'm gonna jump out. Somebody else get that in here, and you know I'll come back.
I know you will. Thank you so much.
Love you all.
Love you.
All right. Love you, brother.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Dante. Welcome. Good to see you.
Give away some free stuff.
Give away some free stuff. We give away advice free every week, Sunday at 6 o'clock.
Give away some free stuff. To the give away free stuff. Like you have this is funny. Like this is the funny part. Like that's what I'm doing right now. Like giving away free stuff. I'm writing funnels out and everything. Like free stuff. It don't matter. If you're giving advice, give an ebook away. Give an ebook away.
We gotta write it first.
But it don't take that. Like you can pay somebody to do it. You see what I'm saying? Or you can get on Google. You can go to Google and go to Google Translate and talk it out. Just talk the book out.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. We're actually working on a book right now. Working on a few things right now.
My goodness. I ain't gonna even lie.
And some swag as well. So
this like the funnel that I just like. Oh my goodness, you just guys it's just like amazing right now. But you give away free stuff on the front end, and then you charge on the back end.
Right.
And it works. Like it works. Like
no, you're absolutely right. And we do so much just outside in our personal lives. And living your purpose. It started out as a hobby, just like this is a cool thing that we can do, but it's turned into so much. And so we have a whole bunch of different things coming at us from different directions. And that is one thing that we have talked about is providing products and being able to give away some things for free, to bring people in. And to answer your question, Reds, join the Facebook group. Invite people to join the Facebook group. That helps us. Like our videos on YouTube. Like our SoundCloud stuff. Subscribe. Share. That helps. It helps a lot. More than you know. I just wanted to, put that out there. How do you get more people? The more you share, We say it here all the time, share, but that's only in the moment. But we're on the internet forever now. So every episode that we've ever done is on the internet. So like it, share it, put your comments there so that we know that we are doing what we need to be doing, and you can get it out there for more people to see.
Right, but we do have a ebook. It's almost done, and it's almost done. So that might be a conversation that me and her may have to be able to see how we can be able to get, because when we're not here a day, I mean 1 week,
people go nuts.
People are they don't know where we at, what's going on. The show's still going on, so it's definitely
text messages saying, "Are you doing the show? What's going on?" And we could just be like a minute late on hitting record. Where are you guys? Yeah. What's going on? Are you doing the show? Yeah. No show tonight.
So that may be a conversation that we may have as far as giving the ebook out for free and then seeing how we could do something on the back end of it.
Yeah. Another way so you can free up your time. So you free up your time, even if you. I'm guessing that you recording and you putting it somewhere else.
Yeah, we put the video on YouTube. We put the audio on SoundCloud, and both of those go to our website as well.
I would do like multiple in a week, but don't hand them out. I would like drip feed them.
But we only do this once a week.
I know, that's why I said I'd do like multiple in a week, probably like at least two a week sometimes, and drip and give one live and the other one is not live, and then. When you don't have time to do it, drip feed it over.
Right. Interesting.
Interesting.
That's a thought, because I did have when I started doing it, I had a similar system. We would record it. We'd have the blab. It would be uploaded to YouTube, but it wouldn't be. As soon as it's on YouTube, it's not available on Blab anymore. You can't see it, and then it won't be. I mean, it's there, but it's hidden. So then the YouTube will come out, so we can only go see it. You want to see this, you can only see it on YouTube. That's actually true for most of the episodes that we have right now. If you want to see from September to, I think, our spring cleaning show, like the 20th, you have to see it on YouTube or our website, which has the YouTube links in it. So that's one way. And then when we were off this last week, we had the last time we were off, we had a compilation video that was released so that people were still able to see us. So certain stuff like that. So that's a good thing. See, this is why I like doing this. People help us help you. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Red said, "Yes, I lose my mind. Miss you when you're not here. Look forward to this." Thank you so much, Red. Oh man, I want to address this question that Anisha gave us, because I'm not exactly sure. I kind of have an idea, but I'm not exactly sure what she means. Anisha, are you willing to come on camera, even though I already know the answer? Oh, snap! It worked. Yes.
Let me find out.
It freaking worked. Hey, girl.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you just fine.
Okay, my question is, how do you get past imposter syndrome? And basically what that is you know what you're talking about, and you know what you can tell other people to do and aid them, but you don't feel like you know enough to tell somebody else. So how do you get past
meaning that? Like you don't feel like you are worthy enough to be giving
like
this
qualified
advice.
enough to tell them or help them.
My question is, what qualifies you?
Exactly.
That is a good question.
Experience. People that are telling you these things are telling you their experiences. You can go to school or, be whatever you want to be, but you can get the same education that someone else does on your own and through life. You can read all the same books. You can listen to all the same gurus and experts and whatever. And you have that, you're armed with that same knowledge.
And also the results. Your end result.
If you have experience and it works, then you have no reason to not do it. Right. If people trust you, people will trust you if you share your experience with them. Now, a lot of times people are more likely to listen to the ones with millions and millions of dollars. But remember, they had to start from nothing too.
That's true.
Right.
Tony Robbins didn't start out with, $1 bazillion and 1,800 books and all of that type of. He didn't start there. He worked to get there. He worked his tail off to get there, and he continued to work to get there. And he's still getting new stuff every year or something. He's got more and new information, new applications for the old stuff. So life is what qualifies you. Your experience is what qualifies you. If you feel like you need to have, like, for me, I wanted to be a counselor because it's what I had been doing my whole life. People had been coming to me for advice my whole life. I had studied religion my whole life. So I became a minister because of what I was already doing. I got the qualifications after I had the experience.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
And what makes me want to do what I do is my spirit tells me to do it. And I listen to that. I want to do it. My body's telling me to do it. I love the results that I get. I love the fact that I can apply it. Now, there's a situation. Some people, they say things, but they don't apply in their own lives. Right. So there's a difference. You have to apply it. You have to make the application yourself and see how it turns around in your life. And that way you can be able to tell others about it. See, the philosophy that I teach is something that I follow, and it works. So, what qualifies me is life. What qualifies me is what I used to go through and what I'm going through. And I can relate to people. I can relate. You got a Tony Robinson that comes in, may not be able to relate to inner city folks. So not to say that he doesn't, but I'm just saying that, it's like, I don't know how I can say it. We had an episode, right, where the lady said that she feels comfortable coming into living your purpose because she can relate. She was a black young lady. And she was
early on.
Yeah.
I remember.
So
Dro.
We are relatable, and was it Dro?
Her name was Dro. Yeah, the young girl with the hair. Yeah.
So my body tells me to do it, and I do it. I have no other way of saying it. Yeah,
it is. When you know that it's what you want to do and it's what you're meant to do, you're gonna do it. That's self-doubt. We talked about that too. It's actually a good trigger. It keeps you aware. But it's also a note for you to say, question that question. If the question is, who am I to do this? You question that. Well, why not? What do I need in order to make myself feel like I can do this? Like I said, the reason why I became a minister, I became ordained, is so that I could have a piece of paper for people to understand that what I'm doing is legitimate. And I mean, not that it's not ever legitimate, but if I felt like people needed to have a piece of paper in order to legitimize me, I'm going to go ahead and get that piece of paper for their sake, not for mine. Right. But like I said, I was doing this anyway. People are not going to not come to me for their help, for their advice. People are not for my advice. People are not going to not ask me questions about religion. I'm not going to stop learning about religion. I'm not going to stop sharing my own message. But if it is that piece of paper that makes it easier for me to move through and do that, then fine. Get the piece of paper. I don't know what you feel like your purpose is right now, Amisha, but if it's something like, if you want to be a speaker, you want to be a counselor or something like that, and you want to go ahead and get the paper to legitimize it for them, then go ahead and do that. But your experience is what's leading you in this direction anyway.
I think it's more me feeling that way myself and not other people feeling that way about me, because people see me through a different lens than I see myself. And usually they see greater things in me than I see. So it's like, well, how do they see all of this stuff, but I still feel like I'm not worthy of what they're seeing?
I get that too. I'm gonna make this simple. This is something that I had to learn for myself and tell myself. I still have to tell myself. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. When you stop beholding yourself and pay attention to what other people are saying about you, those positive things, then it becomes so much easier. It took me for a very, very long time for me to recognize that I was physically beautiful. right? That I was actually pretty. It took a very long time. And then something clicked and said, you know what? If all of these people are saying it and I'm saying back, no, I'm not. I'm just playing. I'm just regular. If everybody else is saying it and I'm saying something different, something's not right. So you know what? I'm not even going to worry about it anymore. I'm going to let them think that I'm pretty and just leave it at that. So if somebody is seeing greatness in you, let them think that you're great and then start maybe paying attention. Because when a bunch of people, when the majority of people around you are saying things about you that are positive and you don't believe it, you need to take a minute and think about what it is they're saying. Ask the questions. Why? Why do you say that? What do you see? Get some clarity about it. You know what I'm saying? And then it helps to boost your own confidence.
Right. Absolutely. And then what you need to do too is as you're doing it, and we said this. See, this is a thing. The advice that we give you has been around for eons.
Right.
It's been around for years. It is nothing new. Knowing your value, knowing your worth, that's nothing new. It's believing your value and believing your worth actually is a belief to you. That's where the progress and the growth comes, because somebody could say that all they want, but it's what you feel within yourself. So, what we're saying is nothing absolutely new. What I want you to do is I want you to write down, which I've said before, everything that you've accomplished, everything that you feel you're okay with. Not that you love, because that's a big step, but what you like about yourself, what you may like about yourself, and write those things down. And once you look at it and you realize, hey, I love this about myself. You know what? I am great to coach, or I am whatever, but you need to do it within yourself, because other people see it, but the best person is that you have to see it.
You have to see it.
You have to see it.
Sometimes it takes other people to make things click. Like, as they said, these messages that we're saying, they've been around forever. That's why all of the spiritual counselors, all the coaches, everybody, all the gurus, the success people, they're all saying the same thing. Visualize it, write it down, take action, do it, make it come true, because it works. But it takes a certain person sometimes, after hearing all of that, to make it click, right? It sometimes it takes somebody a different perspective to make the same thing click. You say, oh, that's what they were talking about. That's what it means. So now, maybe, like I said, write it down. Look at it for yourself. Don't worry about what you don't have, what you don't think you can do. Worry about what you can do. Worry about what you know about yourself to be a fact. Then if you still question it, ask those people that see greatness, and say, well, what is it about me that you see? Take a quick survey. What is it? What do you mean? Why do you think that? And then think about it. Write that down. And say, well, yeah, I did do that. I do behave this way. I do understand this, and I have accomplished these things. And to help boost and motivate your own self again, and see it from a different perspective. Sometimes you need a different set of eyes to look at you.
Right, and the set of eyes that's looking at you is the mirror. Go into the mirror. Go in that mirror and see yourself as something great. Because let me tell you something, and I say this all the time, is that you as a person will never be duplicated. You have one set of fingerprints, and you are created for a reason. There's a reason why you're here. So that's why I always say, like, even if you don't see greatness in yourself at this moment, just know when you look in the mirror that there's only one me. So I am the best that I am at this point. And write down what it is that you've accomplished already. It's very important. So you're the best to me. You're the best. So.
You got it.
You got it.
Well, thanks, guys. And I tricked you because you didn't think I was going to come in.
I know. I know. It's like, I wonder if I tease her, will she come in? And then she did. I said, yes, it worked. Fantastic. So I reversed your reverse psychology. Ha ha.
Well, thanks you guys for your answer. I'm gonna hop off.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Misha. Appreciate it. Xanadu said, even more important is it's good to practice seeing that greatness in yourself when nobody's around to confirm it. A valuable skill to push through this life, especially when you are looking to live your purpose. Absolutely. There's greatness in you.
There is. There's greatness in all of this.
Absolutely. But I like the fact that this is the point that I like about this whole show. Real quick. Everybody has felt that way. Mm-hmm. Everybody has felt not worthy. Everybody has felt doubtful about themselves. And so that's the best thing about us, because we can relate. Yeah. We can relate. And we can say, you know what? We were that way. Danielle is very transparent. She has said it to herself. I have been not beautiful. I felt not beautiful. So what I'm saying to you is that we love this forum because we all can relate.
Absolutely.
Hey, so Danielle, get over yourself, okay? Because let me tell you something. Team light skin, she's a beauty, boy. Yes. My thing is this. Miss Jones, you got a beautiful spirit about you. I've seen you just for a few minutes and listen to you talk, and I'm going to tell you, you have a beautiful spirit about yourself. Even the question that you asked was a beautiful spirit about yourself, because it was you being humble and saying, oh, I don't think I'm great enough to tell anybody else how to live and do these things. No, honey, you are. Follow your heart. Somebody put a higher power, put that in you to talk to somebody. Go with it. SJ hit it on the head. Live it, and if it works for you, tell somebody else, because it may work for them and it may work for them in a different way. But even though they're not you and it may not work the same, they can gather something from it. And that's what is. See, I learned a lesson in junior high school. I liked this girl. She was hot to death. And you know, I was a little fat child. I've been fat all my life. I don't go well. I see, and I can say that now. You know, I was a fat boy. The last time somebody called me Little Henry was when my father was in the house, because he Big Henry. So I wanted to talk to this girl in junior high school and blah 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 blah. And all of a sudden, the last year of junior high school, she was getting ready to move away. And, we just happened to be talking. And she came over to me and she said, you know what? I'm leaving. She said, you've been a really good friend. She said, I had a crush on you for the longest time. I was like, what? From that moment on, I said, I will not, because I'm a little fat dude. I figured at that time, I'm a little fat dude. She don't want to deal with me. She looking for the football type and all that. Who? What?
Right.
All this structure. All this is good. You hear me?
You are so crazy.
All this is good. There's some chubby lovers out there. Listen, there's some chubby lovers out there, baby. And if you're a good man, I don't even want to talk about game and all that other stuff, but if you're a good man, you'd be surprised what you can run across. So let me take that off a man. Good woman, good person. If you're a good person, be that good person, and you'll be surprised what you'll attract. Stop going to the wrong places to attract. You keep attracting the same stuff because you keep going to the same place that you're attracting the bad stuff from.
All right.
That's my work phone. They don't understand. I'm off. Let me keep moving.
Do they know?
Yeah,
living your purpose is on right now.
Yeah, that's right. So now I'm serious though, y'all. You know what?
But I like the fact that she's transparent, because I like the platform.
Yes.
This is a platform for it where she feels comfortable to be transparent. That's why I love it. Because we can all be transparent. We can all understand. We can all relate. And we can all help. The comments was crazy when she was saying what she was saying, because it was all positive reinforcement that you are able and capable to do anything that you want to do.
Oh yeah.
So it's really good that I love this platform. We just living your purpose is awesome.
It's beautiful. I want to keep on going. Guess what?
It is 7:00 and I gotta eat.
It's 7:15 and we are late.
Sorry.
All right.
No, not your fault. See, that's why I love this, because it feels like nothing, but actually I have something else to do.
Yes.
So I can do After Blab for a few minutes, but maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then so I got to keep on pushing. But anyway, I want to say thank you all to everybody.
Thank you.
Who has joined us live. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support.
Can I just say something? I just want to say
Go ahead.
I just want to say, I love her.
He'll never listen to me.
I know. I just want to say, thank you. Yes. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you. No, because without you, we can't do what we do.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Somebody will come. You build it, they come. You keep doing what you're doing. I don't care if you only got one person in this room. You come.
Listen, let me tell you something, and I said it since Periscope. I don't care if it's 200, 22 people. As long as somebody is appreciating it, I'm still going to do it.
You're living your purpose.
Exactly. I'm living my purpose. And as long as somebody is being helped by what it is that I do, then I am so, so grateful. So that having been said, again, thank you all for joining us for another edition of Living Your Purposes. Q&A was fun. I'll be honest with you. Me and SJ were a little nervous at the beginning. We're like, oh my gosh, we didn't get enough. People weren't tweeting. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. We might have to ask each other questions and figure out life, but it turned out really, really well. So we're going to close. Again, if you would like to contact us, you can find us all over the internet by simply going to lypshow.com, click connect. You can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Periscope, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and LinkedIn, and you can email us directly from that page. And it's great. We'll be back next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Like
clockwork.